Susie here. Thanks for tuning in today. I am just having a little bit of time before I need to go to work, so I thought I would get on here and film a video. This is a video that I wanted to film before the New Year's, and I wanted to hopefully post it around the New Year's. So I'm trying this year to use a planner. Now, I'm not somebody that likes to plan. I'm not somebody that likes planners or any of that stuff, but I'm trying this year to utilize using a planner more often because I have a lot of stuff I want to do this year coming up, and 2023 is going to be a busy year for me. And I think a planner is going to be that thing that kind of keeps me on track. Sometimes I need that, especially with my YouTube channel. I find myself struggling sometimes to organize my content in my head. I know that I post on these days, but sometimes I have a hard time kind of planning out my content in my head. And so I've been utilizing a planner, and this was one of the things that I wrote down that I wanted to do before the New Year's. So I thought I'd film that today. And it's not going to be an overly specific video or anything. I'm not going to go into great detail about anything, partially because I really can't, for reasons. I'm not going to go into too much detail about my plans for the new year, but I definitely have some major things I need to do. And, for those of you that I do talk to on Instagram and other social media, you guys already know a lot about my plans and things I want to do. But, I'm not going to delve too much into that in this video. More so, I just wanted this video to kind of be one, not only like a place where I can go back and kind of reference next year, at the end of the year, and just see like, wow, I've come really far since that day in 2022 when I was filming this. Like I've done these things, and hopefully all the things that are in my mind right now will have occurred, or I will have had them happen. So hopefully some major life changes, because I need major life changes. You would think I'd had enough major life changes with moving to Florida, but no, obviously not. So it's also, I kind of want a video, for those of you all who are watching, who maybe are feeling, not like hopeless, but you're coming, to the end of 2022, you feel like maybe you haven't, accomplished much of anything that you thought you were going to. And maybe you're not even in the place where you want to be in your life. You're in a place where you're not feeling happy with yourself, or not feeling happy with how things are in your life. And this is that video that's just going to kind of, say, hey, like, you're going to get there. So, just a little backstory about myself. So a lot of you guys know that I moved to Florida. I actually moved to Florida be 2 years. Well, okay, it's over a year ago. So it was in 2021, but it was at the end of 2021 that I moved to Florida. So it was actually in November of 2021. It's been over a year now. And, next year it'll be like a year and a half or so, sometime in like the summertime. So it'll have been close to 2 years almost that I'll have been in Florida. And I have no family in Florida. I don't have any friends in Florida. I literally know no one except for the people that live around me in our apartment building, my husband, of course, and people that I work with. So Florida has been a very big growing experience and a learning experience for me. It was the first time that I'd moved far from home, far from my family, and was truly alone. And it was definitely a very liberating, a very big learning experience for me. When you're alone and you have only yourself to rely on, you really start to learn about what it is that truly makes you happy, things that you truly need in your life to keep you happy. And, you just have to learn to kind of rely on yourself. Not to say that I don't rely on my husband, but, you know, for, I guess, like for emotionally, you have to learn to rely on yourself and to be able to lift yourself up and put yourself in a good mood and, just be there for yourself, because you're kind of alone. Like, you don't have that family unit to back you up, other than, your husband, your spouse, your children, whatever. But you don't have that extended family because they're far. And so that's one of the reasons why, 2022 was a really hard year for me. I wasn't used to that kind of dynamic, and it was very challenging, very hard for me. One of the most uncomfortable and hardest years of my life, for sure. And I'm going into 2023 and I am wanting to change that. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to be sad. And, sometimes when you're in a place, I just remember being home, back when I was home, and I felt unhappy and I felt sad, and I kept thinking, that, hey, it's my circumstances that are making me this way. It's my environment and it's my job and it's this and that. And it kind of was, to an extent, it was those things, but also it was myself. It was myself that was holding myself back, and it always had been. And the more I, make changes, and the more that I learn and I am in new places, the more I begin to realize that your happiness truly depends on you. You can be happy anywhere. You can be happy in the most miserable circumstances in the world if you truly can, set your mind, to see the best in something. And it's a hard lesson to learn, to realize that it's all in you, like it's up to you to determine your mood. And, that seems like such an elementary thing to say, like, oh, well, it's up to you, to be happy. It's up to you to make your life be good. But it truly is up to you. And there is luck. And there is people that are more lucky than others, and, maybe they have it easier than others, but it's truly up to us. And, I've wanted to start my own business. I've wanted to do something that I truly enjoy for a job, something that is fulfilling, something I enjoy, something that doesn't feel like a job to me. And I want to make that happen next year. I wanted to make it happen this year, but there's also something to be said about an environment where you can flourish and an environment where you can't flourish. And that is definitely where I am right now. I feel like, I don't know, I just don't think I can flourish where I am. I just don't think so. I feel like there's certain things I need, and there's certain closeness that I need, and I'm just not there when I'm here. So that is one thing that I really want to change, is partially I do want to change my environment. I want to change and be able to at least feel like I have somewhat of a closeness. And then at the same time, I want to really, truly work at being truly happy. And that is doing what I want to do for work, doing something that I'm passionate about, doing something that I, truly enjoy doing, and not just going into a job, because I've come to realize that it's killing my soul. It is truly, truly killing my soul by going into a job that I'm not happy at, And that's not to say that I don't love my coworkers and that they're not great, but, there comes a certain thing there's just a certain feeling that you get when you do something that you truly love, and you know, a happiness that comes with that. And I want that. I want that so bad. And I don't want to stop until I get that. So that's one thing. But this year, I think, you know, we just need to make this year the year that you go after something that you really want. You don't accept less than you deserve. You know, you don't go into the year thinking that, you know, you're just going to let things be because they're never going to get any better. That's how I felt this whole year. The whole year I sat there and I felt like, well, I guess this is going to be how things have to just be. You know, they just have to be this way because, you know, I'm in this environment, I'm in these circumstances, and things are not going to change. And I don't want that to be true. You know, I don't want that to be true for anyone. I think that we need to be able to make our own path and our own destiny. And that's definitely this year coming up for me. But more than anything, I think 2023, even though it's going to be a year of even more growth, even more being uncomfortable, even more chaos, I want it to be a year where I can finally maybe get to that middle ground, you know, that place where you're challenged and slightly uncomfortable, but you're happy and you're feeling rewarded. And this is such a thing for both my husband and I, because, you know, he's been welding for many, many years. My husband's a welder, and it's not a great job. Companies treat welders like crap anymore. You know, there's no reward to hard work. It's just you go in, you do your job, you do other people's jobs, and you go home. And, you know, I know he's tired of it too, and he wants to do his own business. And I want him to do his own business. I want him to be happy, and I want to be happy. And I just think that, you know, this is the year that we stop making excuses and we just do what we have to do to get where we need to be. And I'm not going to accept any less than that. You know, I'm just not. I have went through a whole year of feeling alone, feeling lonely, feeling sad, feeling miserable, feeling like it was never going to get any better. Some of the darkest days, you know, that I have powered through. You know, I don't speak a whole lot about, you know, my days here and, you know, my work and how I get home and my personal life. But I will tell you guys, it has been some of the most challenging years. You know, the last few years of my life have for sure been some of the most challenging years. But this last year has been one of the most challenging years because it's been so uncomfortable and so much personal growth and just so much of learning to rely on myself and on my husband. And we've grown closer together because of it. You know, we can truly count on each other. We're a unit, and that's great. But, you know, I have to do certain things for myself. And these are one of those things that I have to do, and that is to make some major changes, you know, get back on track, get back to a place where I'm happy. And so going into the new year, just want to let you all know that there will be lots of things going on my channel. There will be lots of changes, and I will try to bring you guys along for that when I can, you know, when I can actually let you guys know about it. I will do so. But for now, you know, I am where I am and I'm making the best of it. And I will just kind of let you guys know, you know, when I get to a place where I can start making my major changes, believe me, you guys will be right there with me, because I want people to know that you can make changes, you can make things better, and, you know, things can be okay again. You know, even if you've fallen off the track, you can get there. You can be back to being great or to doing whatever it is that makes you happy or being in good circumstances. So I do want you all to know that. I don't want this video to get too long, but long story short, let's go into this new year with all of our goals and all of our, ideas, and let's work at them. Baby steps, starting at day one, do the smallest thing you can do to get where you need to be and just keep working at it. Because that's what I'm going to do, just me and my planner. We're going to make things happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was just a little conversation that we could have that you all needed and I needed. And definitely let me know in the comments down below, what you guys think. What are your big plans for the year? What are you trying to accomplish? Let me know and let's work at them together. Okay? So I'm going to go to work. I'm going to make the best of my day and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy 2023. Let's go for those goals, okay? Let's make them happen. Bye, guys.